one thing that we're seeing with a few schools, and I think it's a brilliant move, and I think it could really be a differentiator for schools, and the zyBooks model is built really well for it, is that you could simply go in and pick up a chapter or two of the Security Plus book and put in other products that if you want to give your students a leg up on it, things like physical security, security and data structure, physical, things like how you, physical security is where we get into topics like protecting your system, and everybody has a part in that. There are sections of the book that deal with the intro to security stuff, where we talk about security principles, threat actors, where we talk about malware, where we talk about some of the social engineering, physical and technical based attacks, this general material here, and then maybe a section or two of tougher stuff. In a computer programming class or in a math class, getting into cryptography or picking up the cryptography where you can apply the IT cryptography and give your students a hands-on learning how to do public key infrastructure and some cryptography from a Windows system or Linux would be an interesting angle to throw in some practical hands-on security pieces that could help students in different disciplines. So if you're an instructor that was wanting to help give your students a leg up on this, throwing these in, especially in, we've seen it where people have wanted to bring in some awareness into their first intro to computer science course, where they're getting students in the door, they're starting to learn programming, they're learning just about all of that in general, getting some general IT aware, that security awareness, the ground of that, grounding your students in security awareness from the very beginning and understanding the social engineering implications and these things, so that as you build programs and different things, you've got an awareness of that and you've made your students aware of that from the beginning. That's one angle we've seen it. We've seen people tying it into a computer, the typical computer networking course that and security course that your CS students take is more applied and is more theoretical, but getting some hands-on application of maybe throwing in a chapter and a couple of labs from something in the IT book gives your students that hands-on experience where they can apply it and can see how it's working in the real world on a practical standpoint. It might be a leg up for them in the job world. Same way, if you're looking at math courses or something, you want to tie some cryptography into it, those could be maybe even for some upper level courses at that point where your students have already learned all the stuff, and as they're doing some junior and senior level where they're doing stuff that's a bit more applied, they're getting out thinking about how they're going to be working this in the real world, being able to see how cryptography ties into IT security is an interesting angle to give your students a leg up.